we go. Here we go now. It is so good to see you all here this morning. Welcome Thursday morning. It is 9:30. Welcome Thursday morning. Goodman Rotary, MSCR, Goodman Rotary, 50 plus, functional fitness. We're walking. We're warming up. I'm Ron. I knew I missed something. Couldn't remember my name there for a second. We are going to do today, we're going to start with warming up. Look at us doing that. Here we go. And then we're going to do, I've gotten the most feedback, positive feedback, when we do a cardio and weight and kind of interchange them. Alternate is the word I'm looking for. I'm in trouble today. Alternate the strength and the cardio. And we'll go through the program like that. Then we'll hit the floor. Let our bodies hit the floor. All right. Knee up. Bring it up a little higher. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Find your balance. Stationary leg. Little bend in the knee. Foot flat on the floor. Ball the foot to the heel. Front to back. And up. Out wide. Into a squat. Not too wide. Don't go. Yeah, that hurt. Don't do that. Push the butt back. Shoulder blades back. Chest out. Knees pointing in the same direction as the toes. That's always a really good thing. Rose, I think you were the one who told me that you take and make sure that whenever you bend, you're bending over the thighs, over the legs, and you're not off to the side, rolled around. Bring the hands up overhead, roll the shoulder blades back. Deep breath in, and come on down a little bit more. Roll the hips, feel the stretch, feel the work, warming up the quadriceps, stretching out those hamstrings that are in the back of the thighs. One more time, down, roll the hips, bring it up here, right up here. We're going to go into a side bend, coming over to the right side first. Arm is on the top, ear is on the inside of the arm, and up, other side we go. Over and down. Hips stay where they are. Knees, a little bend in them. Don't give that up. Keep the spine straight. You want to bend just one way. Bring it up to the top. Bring the arms down. Step out to the side. Hands up overhead. Step jack. You know all these moves. Over to the other side. Up. Shoulder blades are back. Chest is out. Reach way over and bring it back. Couple more. Up and over. Excuse me. Bring it in. Last one. Up top, and bring it back. Reach up, rotate the hand, push, and bring it back other side, same thing. Concentrate on that stationary leg, that it doesn't move, the knee doesn't flip out, everything stays pointed forward, all the way up through the hip. Other side. The only thing that's moving is that leg in that socket. Stretching it out, warming it up, and reach. And reach. We're going to come right across. Right straight across. Roll the shoulders. So make sure, don't just reach one arm across. This is the whole shoulder girdle turning so that you get that rotation through the middle of your spine, back through the thoracic spine where the rotation happens. It's where it all happens. It's the happening place. All right, down. Rotate and push. Other side, down. Again, rotate the shoulders, going into a hip hinge and back up. Push and push. A couple more. Get those shoulders to rotate, not the hips, not the knees. Everything, feet stay flat on the floor, hips stay forward, and bring it back. Reverse lunges. Right here, step it back and up. Warm up those muscles in that front leg by pushing up through. Take that back foot, bring it up to the middle. Back. Take your time, find your balance as you move it, and then start going just a little bit deeper if you can. Knee is staying over the laces of the shoe, pretty much over the ankle if you can, as much as you can, and then push back up. A little more work in the quadriceps as you drive through this way, and up. One more, and up. Forward lunges, these are going to have an upper body with it. Push out, roll the shoulders forward, roll the hands over, and bring it back in, step back to the middle. Out with the left leg, push out with the hands. Rotate as you drive them out. Palms up, Pull them back in, elbows back as far as you can get them. Out and in, bring it back, push it out, roll the hands, and bring them back in again. Here we go. We haven't done this in a while. Parallel, or feet parallel, stagger step, hands out in front, roll the shoulders forward, out, and up. Weights in that front foot. You're driving up through that heel. Arms come up over the head. Take the arms, bring them back. Weight shift into that back leg, back foot. Bring it back up on top, into a side bend. Like this we go. Get a little deeper than you did the last time we did one. You've got a little more, muscles are a little more warmed up, a little more stretch to them. Bring it back up on top. Down in front. Roll the shoulders forward. Rotating over that front leg. Shoulders first. Then bring the torso with it. Roll around as much as you can. Keep that front foot flat on the floor. Front foot flat on the floor. Whew. Got that one out. That wasn't easy. Other side, same thing. Knee over ankle, arms forward, rolling the shoulders out. Get a good stretch through the back. Feel it from the lower back all the way through the arms, and then push up through that front leg, rolling the shoulder blades back, putting yourself in neutral position. Stretch the shoulder blades back as far as you can, putting the weight into that back leg. We're taking it slow so you get a really good stretch here. And back up on top. Side bend. Over. Bring it down. Use that lower hand to help pull just a little bit. Not so much that you hurt the shoulder. Be careful with that. And bring it back up on top. We're going to go back into that forward. Bringing the arms down. Shoulder blades come back and down as you roll forward. Feel the stretch through the shoulder blades. Hand against the palm. Fist against the palm. Bring the shoulders around. Foot stays flat on the floor. Get as far into that rotation as you can. Bring it back to center. Step back. Man, that wasn't easy. Leg up and out. We're going to do alternating, going from forward to back. Take your time. Bring it up. Doesn't have to be high. You just need to get it up off the floor. Balance on that single leg. Get these muscles working. Remember, it's a universal joint. Up, around, behind, and in. So kick it forward, bring it around to the back and in. Other side up, around, and in. Opposite direction. This is the one that gives me problems. Back to the sides. There we go. And there. Other side. Back behind you. Use these muscles in the butt to lift. And then out to the side, to the front, and in. It doesn't matter how big these circles are that you make. Just get that foot up off the floor. Balance as you do that rotation with that other leg. It is really hard to stay balanced. When you've got that movement on the other side, you're on a single leg. The other leg is moving. It's going forward, back, sideways. That requires a whole lot of muscle coordination. Around, which is amazing that I can even do it. And back one last time. Around. And hands on the hips. So I like hip rotations. We don't do them a lot. We're going to take that hip forward to the side. I like hands up over the top. When you bring the hands up over the top, they're pointing right up at the ceiling the whole way, or the sky, depending on if you're inside or outside. Oh, wait, it's Wisconsin. It always rains there. Bring it around. So you're inside. Bring the hips around. Hands pointed right straight up so that the shoulders don't move. Hips lock up. They're terrible about that. The only thing they do, the only movement hips get for a lot of people as they get older is side to side when they walk because the strength is gone there. You want to be in control of those muscles. So you're working the lower abs, glutes, outside of the hips as you do this rotation. I switched directions and didn't tell you. I am sorry. And around. You should too now. And back. If you haven't already, switch directions. And bring it back. So hands up overhead, what they do is they hold the shoulders in place so that all the movement happens right here where it should, through the hips, opening up the joints through the hips, lower back. All right, knees together, feet together, knees together. Same thing, rotation, around and around, to the side, to the front. keeping the shoulders as straight as you can. What you want to do is work those ankles, knees, and hips. We're going to go the other direction. Getting all those joints loosened up, ready for bearing weight, which we're going to be doing. And around, and we're good. Going into my favorite, wood choppers. Little bend in the knees, starting out, just bring the arms across. Cross body, nice and close to the body. And down, rotating the shoulders. So it's up, bring it across body, and then rotate the shoulders around. Up. We're going to get more involved in this, a little more intense if you want. Up on the ball of the foot, rotate that trailer leg, reach over. Coming down as you come across. Foot comes in and down. We have the other side now. It comes around. You're going to push the butt right straight back and come down in a hip hinge. Up and across. That stationary leg, you've got a little bend in the knee. Butt goes right straight back and up. What I see a lot is rolling down, chin to chest, turning everything, getting as far back as possible. It's really hard on the spine when you bend and turn at the same time. We're keeping the back straight. We should go to the other side. Up and back down. Bring it up. Stretch it out. Love this. Every joint, every muscle gets worked with this exercise. Up, head follows. We're getting some neck in there. Arms, shoulders, hips, ankles, knees, and toes, knees and toes. Down, a couple more. Up and down. Butt goes right straight back. Bring it up and down. So when you're doing those, or anything really, as long as that spine is straight, as long as you've got that neutral spine, butt back, you can rotate the shoulders. That's not a problem. They can come right around. But the back has to be straight. Whatever angle it's in, that spine's got to be straight. We're done. We're done for the day. Next 45 minutes, we're just gonna, I don't know, grab your mat and we could lay down on the floor. No, we're gonna do weights. Get your weights. But remember, this is the last class of this winter-spring session. If you haven't signed up for the next session, do so. And don't forget there's that 30th anniversary thing coming up. Check the MSCR website for that. There's a luncheon. So with gifts and prizes and all of that, as door prizes, stuff like that. So make sure you go. I can't. I'm too far away. And they wouldn't pay for my... Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you, Ron, that I'm going to be leaving early, and I will be back at another time. And thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. All right. So don't forget the luncheon, whatever. They wouldn't pay for... I had to figure out where I was. They wouldn't pay for a plane ticket up there for me to hit the lunch. I'd pay for my own lunch if they pay for the plane ticket. All right.
Classmates, advance money to Ron.
Bake sale. That's what I always go to. I'm having a bake sale. All right. Here we go. What are we doing first? Oh, yeah. Heels up to the butt. How's that? Like that? We didn't do this in warm-up, so just do it right now with the weights in the hands. This isn't the whole move. It's just part of it. But I missed this. We want to warm up those hamstrings, lifting that knee or lifting that heel up toward the butt. Knees pointed towards the floor, up, and up, heel, and heel. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a 4-step high knee. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then back. Kick. 2, 3, and 4. Walking backward is so important. We lose that. We lose that momentum. The brain doesn't know what to do if we start to stumble backward. So we need to make sure that we keep that movement into our classes. Now, if you don't feel safe doing them, get yourself next to a wall so that you have something to lean into if you do start feeling unbalanced. The thing I really suggest, though, is take small steps. Take it down. Balance on that single leg. Get used to going backward. Throwing that heel up to the butt makes it a lot more intense than just taking a step back That's a lot easier than having to bring that foot up and balance on that single leg and then move back. So if you want, you can do just the backward steps, but really try to make sure that you keep moving backwards. All right, here we go. 4-step forward, high knee, up, 2, 3, and 4 feet together, back, 2, 3, and 4. Again, up, 2, 3, and 4. Take it back, 2, 3. Find your balance, 4. Forward. You want to make sure that as you're doing this, backwards and forward, that you're making sure that you have that balance on that single leg. 1, before you set it down. Find that balance. 2, 3, and 4. One more time. Knee up. 2, 3, and 4. Knee as high as you can get it. Oops. Everything is in 3 and 4. Back again. We're going to be doing that again. So when you do that, also make sure, I forgot to cue this, knee, toe, hip are all forward as you make that step. Work on your alignment always, always, always. Weighted squats. Tell you what, if you can, weights at the shoulders. Racked at the shoulders. The best thing is right here to work the core. So when you've got the weights high, core's got to work a whole lot more than if the weights are down here. So if you can, up here, roll the hips, push up. If that doesn't work for you, if it is uncomfortable, if it hurts, don't do it. Just let it hang by the side. Roll the hips, push back up, ball the foot to the heel, pushing right straight up. You ready? We've been doing this for 5 seconds, so I'll give us that time. Up, back down. And again, when I say up and down, you go at your pace. Not what I'm calling out. That's why we do timed, so you can do whatever you can do in the 40 seconds that we do it. Down, roll, and push up. Most important, knees, toes forward, knees over the laces of the shoes, and push up. 10 seconds. Back down, full stop at the bottom. See if you get just a little bit deeper. One little ratchet down, and push up. Arms down. We're going to go back to that squat, or to that forward walk. This is the cardio half of it right here. If you want to get rid of the weights for this, feel free. Weights just give you a little more, work the heart a little more, muscles a little more challenge for balance when you've got that added weight too. Because normally when you're walking, you're carrying something. So, shoulder blades back. You ready? Here we go. Up. 1, 2, 3. And again, if you want, weights up on the shoulders. Heel up. 2. Wow. 3 and 4. I get so much from these classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. 2. I'm always working on that balance part on that single leg. Every time we do it, it does not just come natural for me. I have to continue to work on it. Fortunately, I get to do it every day. 2, 3, and 4. Up. 2, 3, and 4. 5 seconds. We have time to get back. Back. 3 and 4. Hands down. Palms in, shoulder blades back, chest out. Into a squat. 5 more seconds. Take a breath or two. All right, here we go. The feet are about hip width apart. Going down, knees forward, butt back. Shoulders up, chest out. Roll the hip and push up. So keep the weight out of the knees, in front of the toes. If you go out here, your weight is forward. You want to be back in the heels. Roll the hips and push up. And I say heels, I mean the back half of the foot. Back down from the ball of the foot to the heel. But the majority of the work is being done from the arch back. And back down. Stop. Roll. And push up. Definitely time for one more, maybe 2. Down. We got time. One more time. One more. We're going to go a couple seconds over, but turn and push. We got it. Put the weights down. Grab a drink of water. So we should be feeling that is the quadriceps heavily on those exercises. Also the hamstrings pulling the leg back. But I'll tell you, when we do that balance on that single leg, from the knee, ankle too, but from the knee up into the hip and the glute, it's doing all the work to hold you right over that stationary leg and to keep it straight. All right. Small weights. So the cardio half, if you don't want to use weights, don't use weights. If it's too much, understood. What we're going to do is front kick with a punch. Single leg, up, opposite arm out, and bring it back in again. Up and out. Like I said, every class is always, some days are way better than others as well. So shoulder blades back, a little bend in the knees. If you're ready, up, punch, opposite arm, opposite leg, bring it back in. First couple are always the hardest. Brain hasn't figured out what to do yet. Out. So the advantage here is as you do this more often, the brain figures it out a whole lot quicker because those synapses are happening so much faster. Your brain rewires. Whoa. Opposite arm, opposite leg, and bring it in. Anytime you cross body, you're working that brain just a little bit harder. Up, kick out, in, out, and in. This is a challenge for me. Back down, up, out, in. Again, you don't need the weights. That makes it a lot harder, a lot more challenging. Out and in. One more time. Up, out, in, and down. Let's take it easy here. Going into just a stationary stance, split stance. Feet are parallel. Hinging over that front leg. Over the thigh, knees over the ankles, arms out front. Narrow rows. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and out. In. Squeeze them. That's that functional fitness part of this. We're strengthening the posture muscles. Bringing those shoulder blades back. Keep the chest out. Keep the chin up. When you're walking, you're looking out in front of you, not down at the ground. You're scanning up and back down instead of just looking right straight down and dragging your feet up. Shoulder blades back and out. 10 seconds left. Out and in. Take it out. Bring it back. You're there. All right. Remember that thing we did first? We're going to do that thing again. Hands up here, near the chest. Again, weights are optional, completely up and out. Another cue for modification if you need to. Push the arm out, get the leg out there, and then just pick the foot up off the floor. And then see if you could bring it all back in again. Work it a piece at a time, a little bit. All right, here we go. Up, out, in, and down. Other side. Again, tap the toe if you need to. And then step up and bring it back in, out, and in. So what you've got is all sorts of weight out in front of you. You're having to maintain your balance right over that stationary leg. Make sure you've got a little bend in the knee on that stance leg. Back in, up, out, in, and down. Push, and bring it back. Up, 10 seconds. And in. This is a lot of work. And back. Good thing you got next week off. Up and back. A chance to rest. Don't do it. Don't rest. Keep active. All right. What's left? Bent over row. Going back into the stagger step. Feet parallel. Arms out front. Get them out there. Shoulder blades are back. So really make sure that you're not letting yourself look down at the floor. It's a small move, but it's a lot more effective if you can get those shoulder blades back. Chest out. Ready? Here we go. Back. Squeeze. And hold all the weights in that heel of that front foot. Pushing down through. Back foot is up on the ball of the foot, not the toes. Toes are touching, but that is not where the weight's bearing down on. It's bearing down on the ball of the foot. Roll the shoulder blades back. Squeeze those together. And out. Make sure those elbows are down as you do this. So don't come up, bringing the elbows up. It is right straight back. Weights are parallel with the torso. In, squeeze it, and out one more time. Bring it back, hold, and release. Set your weights down. Grab a drink of water. We've only done 4 exercises so far. Feels like a lot more. The next thing we're going to do, keep drinking or whatever you're doing. We're going to keep moving though, too. We're going to do 4-step forward again. This time we're going to do the weights out in a forward raise. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then throw that butt kick in there. 1, 2, weights come down. 3, and 4. Take your time with it. Don't go fast. If you go fast, momentum will keep you up. You want to work the muscles. You want to get stronger from this. So let's start. Shoulder blades are back. Chest is out. Here we go. Up, high knee. 2. Weights are starting to come up front. Again, if the weights are too much, get rid of them or go to a single weight. You can hold the bells on the weight and do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take it back. 2, 3, and 4. So what you're doing is you're disturbing your balance by putting that weight way out in front of you. You're working the front of the shoulders, absolutely. The other thing you're doing, though, is putting that weight out in front, causing the core to hold you up over those stationary legs. One last time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take it back. Heel the butt. 3, and 4. Okay, grab that other weight off the floor that you threw down. I'm probably the only one that did that. But, all right, we're going to do a deadlift. You know, the deadlift, shoulder blades are back, chest is out, spine in neutral position, coming down to the knees. Right here is all the farther you need to go. Push the butt out at that point. Feel the stretch through the hamstrings. And now with the knees staying right where they are, pull up, bring the butt in. That's it. That's the deadlift. Let's do it. Down. Hold. Working on upper back at the same time. Those posture muscles right through the shoulder blades. Keep them back. And up. If you pick things up doing this, pushing the butt out, instead of leaning forward and grabbing something, this right here, neutral position in the spine, is going to help prevent back pains, injuries. And up, heels into the floor, 10 seconds. Down. And up. One more time. One more. And push that butt out. And up. So what I've found is, we're going to go back to doing that front raise again. Just give me a second here. So making sure that you keep the back in neutral position and that the knees don't come forward is I put a chair up, a small chair behind my legs as I come down. And when I come up, I don't let the back of the calf come away from that chair. That forces those lower legs to stay right there instead of letting the knees come forward. All right, weights forward, step forward, high knee, ready. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, as always, weights are optional. Butt kicks on the way back. 3 and 4. Up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And butt kick. As the arms come down, ratchet it down. 3 and 4. Up. 2, 3, and 4. Back. 2. Heels to the butt. 4. I'll get this yet. Give me enough time. Knee up. 2, 3, and 4. Butt kicks on the way back. There we go. 3 and 4. One more. High knee. 2. Forward raise. 3 and 4. And back. 2, 3, and 4. What did we do after that? Deadlifts we did. Of course we did deadlifts. Everybody knows that. Shoulder blades back, chest is out. I forgot, but just for a second. Butt back, shoulder blades are back, chest out. Push through those heels. Bring the butt in, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the hamstrings. So the muscles above, let's go above, and below that pivot there, that hinge of the glute fold, and up, squeeze it, and back down. So that's how I vision it when I'm doing the exercise and thinking about it, is that right here between the butt and the hamstrings, you've got that little fold in there. I imagine that is where all the hinging is happening, right at the top of the legs, and the butt comes out. Back down one more time. Hold, and bring it up. We're there. All right, drink of water. We go on to the next one. First thing we're going to do is reverse lunge. So it's just back and up, step back, push up. We're going to add to that, though, is that reverse lunge, knees over on the ankle on the front leg, coming down, doing that hip hinge, keeping the shoulder blades back, and then pushing up through to standing. So nice and slow, up, back, hip hinge, lift that back leg, all the work happening right there in that front leg from the hamstrings to the glutes. All right, step out. Nope, step back. There we go. And down. Take your time coming up. So you're doing really a single leg deadlift here, putting all the work into that front leg. Back down. Hip hinge, butt out. Lift the back leg and bring it right back up again. Out. So it's a modified single leg deadlift and up. It is really good for that rear chain, getting those glutes, those medial glutes as well as the hamstrings. Down, shoulder blades are back, chest is out. So of course you've got the upper back. As always, down, push through, bring it up, one more each side. Hip hinge, lift the leg, bring it in, other side back, down, and right there we are. We are going to do triceps kickbacks. So I'd like you to, if you can go into stagger step, but try going into skier stance, feet side by side, butt back, shoulders back as far as you can get them, elbows back, out and in. So you don't have the support under the front, so you've got to use this rear chain even more to keep you upright. But if that doesn't work, if your shoulders are falling down, give yourself that stability of that leg under the front. If you're ready, elbows back, let's go. Working the back of the upper arms and in. Keep the shoulder blades tight through this whole thing. Remember, the spine is straight. You're looking out at an angle, looking down, so that you're not squeezing those neck bones, muscles as you look up, out. You're not crimping them in the back of the neck. Also, if the chin's in the chest, the shoulders are going to go with it. So as soon as you bring that head up, shoulder blades will come back. You'll get into that neutral position of a flat back. Out and in. Last one. And bring it back. Reverse lunge with a hip hinge. 10 seconds we start. Shake it out. So this gives the upper body a little bit of a break here. We're really focusing on this lower body on this one. You ready? Step back. Hip hinge. Come forward. Lift the foot up. If you want, bring the knee up. Another little challenge there. You can add all kinds of fun stuff to these to make it just a little more challenging if you're not finding that you're getting as much out of it as you would like to, or as much as you used to get out of it. Throw something new into it. It doesn't require just additional weight. That is not always the answer. And up, back, down. When I was younger, I used to love to just, I can do so much more now. And I'd end up getting hurt every time. Wasn't ready for it. It messed up my form. And up. I found out there's much better ways to do this. And up to make it more intense, get more out of it, and not have to up the weights. One more time. Back, hip hinge, up, and back down. Skier stance, elbows back, triceps kick back, out, and in. 5 seconds. You don't have to start yet. You feel this in the back of the upper arms. Get those elbows back. Extend out. Don't lock the elbows. Let's go. Shoulder blades back. Chest out. And down. Up. Hold it. And back. Don't let the arms swing forward and go right back up again. It's nice and slow. Almost so they're straight down, but not quite. Always keeping pressure. Tension on those tricep muscles. Back. And down. Up. Squeeze it. 3 more. 2 more. Up. Hold for a count. Don't just let it drop down. Last one. Up. Hold. And down. We have one left to do before we can go to the floor. To the side. Lateral. Out. Elbow up. Push off. And bring it in. If that does not work for you, alternating sides, go into a wide stance, and it's butt back, and up, out, and up, switching sides. Bringing that leg out, moving. What was I doing? Here we go. Gives you more balance required, but it also gives you a little plyo push as you drive through that foot and bring it back in. So whichever one's right for you, weight shift or the dynamic movement. Ready? Here we go. Out to the side and to the other side. Bent elbow as you do this. If you want, you can get that arm all the way out there if that's right for you. You can decrease or increase the amount of bend in the elbow, increases or decreases the intensity of the exercise, how hard those muscles have to work. So little adjustments, little tiny adjustments just by a little tiny extra bend or a little less bend in the elbow, out and up. Remember, butt goes right straight back on this. Don't let yourself twist. Up on the side and back down. 5 seconds, one more time. And back, out, elbow up, elbow in, and down. So this one's fun. We're going to go into a squat again. Narrow squat. But this time as you come up, lift one leg up. So what you really want to try to do here is you get to the bottom. As you're pushing up with that stance leg, get that foot off the floor as fast as you can, making that single leg do most of the work. And then alternate sides. So down, butt back, pushed up, foot comes up, full standing, both feet down. Down, up, just off the floor a little bit. And you don't have to push off real hard with that foot you're lifting up. That'll just tip you over like I was doing. Back down. Oh, we started. Foot up. Push up to that single leg if you can. Other thing you can do is, as you're coming up, maybe like halfway up, that's where you bring the leg up. That's fine. Just give this some time for that single leg to do the work. And up. Back down. Lift. And push. Down. Up. Raise up through. Last one. And you're there. Put your weights down. You're done with them. We're not going to do that one a second time. We're going to go to the floor instead. Get a drink of water. Get your mat. Roll it out. Whoosh. Like you would the barrel. Roll out the barrel. I got down here and went to we had met somebody down here, and my wife and I went with them to, I don't know, it was a state fair down here. And inside, somebody was doing the polka. And the people that were with us are going, what are they doing? And it's like, wait, you don't polka down here? What is that? I mean, I didn't polka up there, but at least I knew what it was. All right, on the floor. All right, back on the floor. Your back is on the floor. Arms extended overhead, legs extended out, toes back, stretching out the calf muscles. That feels really good. And then toes out, walk it into the middle. Bring it all up over the torso, grab onto the shins, grab onto the back of the thighs, whatever works for you. Bringing it up. Tailbone comes off the floor. Get great stretch to the lower back. And back out one more time. All the way out. Extend. This time, snow angels, bringing the arms down on the sides. Knees up. Grab on. Stretching out the shoulders, chest, upper back, lower back, hamstrings and quadriceps, all the muscles we just worked. All right. Legs extended. Arms wherever you want to put them. Roll the lower back down on the floor by squeezing the core. And back up. Do not squeeze the glutes. Down. And I'm sure by now you guys know that. I just like to remind, if you feel those glutes engaging, to get that lower back to the floor, really concentrate, because the muscles you want to engage, it happens because you think about it. If you don't, those big glute muscles are just going to take right over automatically. And those core muscles do not get any stronger in the process. And when you have that discrepancy between strength in the front and back, it causes a lot of problems for the body. Hold balance, maintain upright posture. And we're good. Feet up. Knees toward the ceiling. Squeeze, bring the shoulders up off the floor. Reach to the ceiling or hands on your chest and just bring the chin up and back down. Your nose is pointing at the ceiling. Like, it's right there. And back down. Up. A little higher. If you get just a little higher. One more squeeze of the core. Get all the air out of the lungs. Hold it there. And then, nice and slow, come back down. Again, up. And back down. Arms on the sides. We're going to bring the legs up. One leg at a time or two, up to you. One lump or two. Bring it up. And back down. Lower back stays on the floor all the way back down. Again, one leg at a time if that's the right way to do it for you. If even both legs with the heels next to the butt is too easy, extend the legs out just a little bit more. But whatever you do, come down slow and keep the lower back on the floor all the way down. Arms up, upper and lower body together, shoulders up, feet up, squeeze, middle of the back's on the floor, and back down again. So you should be feeling this all the way through the core, hips to ribs. And back nice and slow. Take your time. Hold that contracted position. I automatically stay there, but remember, anytime you have a movement, you want to make sure that when you get to the end of the range of motion, you hold there for at least a count. Get those muscles tensed up in that position. Hold it. And then come out of it. And back down again. All right, we're going to do the sides. Hold on just 1 second, please. One moment, please. Word from our sponsors. All right. I am muted now. How did that happen? Hold on. That was not my system. That was me that made that happen. So I can kind of say this has been a month since I've had a sound issue. I hate to jinx it, but it's been that long. All right, here we go to the side of the leg. Reach. Squeeze the core. Bring the arms down. And back. Up. Shoulders. Nose. To the ceiling. Straight up. Arms off to the side. Rotate the shoulders. And then really tighten up. Feel those muscles on the outside of the core engage. And back down again. Obliques are as important as every other core muscle. So you really, and obliques, you have to mentally get into that game of making sure that you get those muscles. Because you can cheat these oblique exercises, the muscles on the side of the abs. You can cheat them easily. And back in, out. So you have to come up, shoulders toward the ceiling, that rotation, tighten up, just like when you're in a crunch. Exhale, squeeze it, shoulder blades down, and Come back down again, other side up. And back down, and now it's bringing it all together. Knees up, out to the outside, squeeze, and bring it down. Don't let the lower back do any twisting. It's only the shoulders that do the rotation. Squeeze it. And back if you want. Keep the feet off the floor, going into that tabletop instead. Extend arms over the ceiling, other side up. And out. Back up. Squeeze, hold. And out. This is fun, isn't it? So this is one of those two where you can do one leg at a time. Up, and then foot down, whichever one's right for you. What we're really looking for are these obliques, those muscles on the outside of the torso. That's the important ones. So whichever you do, just make sure you're hitting those muscles. All right, next, grab onto the back of the thighs. Just let the legs drop for a second. Yes. And up they go. Toes pointing towards the ceiling, and then toes down toward the torso. Nice calf stretch. Toes relaxed. Bring the legs in a little bit, stretching the hamstrings. And back down. Let them drop all the way. Relax those muscles. Give them a chance to cool down a little bit. And then back up. Toes pointing towards the ceiling. Stretching out the muscles in the front of the lower leg. And then toes down towards the torso. Stretching out the calf muscle from below the knee going into the heel. Relax the toes, bring the knees in. And one more time back down. Every movement should be slow. You should be working those fine motor muscles to make those movements slow and smooth. Up toward the ceiling. Toes toward the torso. Relax. Bring the legs in. Stretching out those hamstrings in the back of the upper legs. And drop that down. Tuck crunch. Feet out. Both legs out, fully extended. Bring one leg in at a time. Squeeze and extend. Stay with that same leg. We're going to just take that right leg, bring it in. Tuck. As you do, squeeze those muscles in the lower abs. Tighten them up. That hip will roll up as the back lengthens out, the spine lengthens out at the base, and then release. Up, squeeze, bringing the tailbone up off the floor, and back out again. Hold that tailbone tight. Hold those lower abs tight. Squeeze. So as you're going back, that lower back stays right on the floor, all the way out, and back in again. Squeeze it, and back out. You should feel this in the quadriceps, the hip flexors right in front of the hips, as well as the lower abs. So we're hitting from above the knee all the way to the hips. And out. One more time. Up, squeeze, and back out. One thing you want to make sure of, okay, we're going to the other side, left side now, is as you bring that foot in, make sure that it's in alignment with the knee and the hip and the toe, all straight in. Squeeze, bring it in. So what I see a lot is that leg comes out to the side as you come up. So it twists out over to the other or over to the side. That way you can get the leg up higher. But we're not getting the right muscles when we do that. Tight and back out. Again, you're working on that alignment, keeping all those muscles strong around all the joints so that that automatically happens. Out. Bring it in. Tuck the core, squeeze, and back out again a couple more times. Up, hold, and out. Last one. In, and out. So we work the front part of this really well. We're going to lift the leg up just a little bit off the floor. Going back to the right leg, out to the outside, keeping the toe toward the ceiling. So it's out to the side, and back in again, and then down. So you got a little bend in that knee, lifting the leg up, and then straight out to the side. Up, out, toe pointing up. If the toe points out, you are not going to get into those glutes. You want these muscles up around the hip to pull that whole leg out. In and down. Again, hip flexors, outside of the hip, and the glutes. Squeeze it. Don't let the torso twist on this one. Don't let yourself roll. That's why you got your hands out to the sides so that you protect that lower back. Stabilize it with the arms. Out, toe towards the ceiling. In, and back down one more time. Up. Take that heel, lead with it as you come out to the side. In and down. Other side, same thing. A little bend in the knee. Extend out to the side. Hold it. Bring it in. And down. If you don't have to put the heel to the floor, that's fantastic. If you do, that's fine. But if you can bring it in and keep the heel off the floor, keep the leg raised, and you want to be inches off the floor. You don't want the leg way up on top doing it. You don't want it high. You want to keep it low, keeping that lower back on the floor. Works the lower abs a whole lot more when you keep that foot low. And back in. Leg comes out, toes up. Squeeze it. And back in one more time. Out. Hold. Bring it in. Set it down. Stretch out what we just used. Glute bridges. Lloyd bridges. Glute bridges. Up. Squeezing the glutes. Pushing the hips up towards the ceiling. And back down. This is a stretching exercise for the front of the hips. Hip flexors, quadriceps. Up. So don't push hard here. Just get the butt up however you can. Just enough so that you can feel the stretch in the front chain. Hold it. And back. Down again. Right ankle. Left thigh. Up over the top into a figure four. Stretching the outside of the hip. So you can push up through the elbows to get to the outside, or you can maybe grab onto the thigh of that left leg and bring it up. All you want to do is feel a stretch in the outside of the hip. You really have to relax the hips on this one. If you don't, you're going to get into that hip flexor, which you don't want. So just let that knee drop. Or the other thing is if you can put light pressure just on that thigh and feel it on the outside of the hip, that's perfect too, depending on how tight it is. So if this piriformis muscle going through the side is tight, just this little bit of pressure. Don't crank on the knee. Don't take it out of alignment and bring it back. Other side, same thing. Ankle up, leg out. So I'm finding is today that hip flexor on my right side is doing the stretching, not the piriformis. So I'm just kind of giving up on that for now. I don't want to strain those hip flexors in the front of the leg. Those take forever to heal. So be really careful with that. That's why you want to make sure you don't feel any stretch in the front of the hip when you do these. And release. And back down again. We're going to go to seated. Arms back. Legs out. Hands behind you. Kickstands. Roll the shoulder blades back. Chest out. Extend the feet. Toes in. Feel the stretch through the calf muscles. And relax. Bring the arms forward. You're going to roll the back, walking the fingers down the legs. Don't turn to the side. All you're doing is arching the back. So you only want to go one direction, and that is right with the head toward the toes. Don't let the chin come below the chest. So you shouldn't be looking right down between your legs. You should be looking out kind of at the feet, kind of down at the heels. Reach out. And walk it back. In again. We're going to stand up. Take your time with that. And you're going, wait, we didn't rotate. We will. Oh, we will. Don't worry. We still have 5 minutes left. We can rotate a lot in 5 minutes. Can have you turned inside out and all the way around. All right. Feet apart. Toes forward, a little bend in the knees, pushing the butt back into a hip hinge. Arms right out in front. So this is all about butt goes right straight back, weight is in the heels, arms up front, Push the butt back as far as you can. So you can come down. There's nothing to coming down deep, but it's a lot harder. You're pushing the butt back, feeling the stretch in the hamstrings. So really concentrate on how far back can you get the butt. Arms down in front. So you've got that neutral spine. It is straight. You're going to rotate it now. So bring up left arm first. Tie your torso, turn it. Don't let the hips move. Don't let the knees move. As long as you keep that solid base of the two legs with the knees right above the ankles and keep the shoulder blades back, you're fine with this stretch. Bring it around. Inner thighs, hamstrings, upper back, hands on the thighs, roll the hips, push up through. We did it. Out to the side. Step out. Arms up overhead. Roll the shoulder blades back. Deep breath in through the nose. Bring it back to center. Same to the other side. A very slow step jack. Breathe in deep through the nose. Push the stomach out. And bring it back in again. We're going to take a side bend. Step out with the left leg. Bring the arm up over the top. Stretch it. You should be able to get way deeper than you could the first time. Everything is nice and warmed up now. Bring it in, step it back, other side, out, up, and over. Getting those obliques that we hit outside of the ribs, through the shoulder, through the arm, and back in. Again, arm across. Back of the hand to the back of the hand. Roll the shoulders. Pull it. Keep the shoulders in a straight line. Anytime you do a rotation, you should really concentrate on that. Having the shoulders both rotate. You're going to get a stretch out of the shoulder. That's still going to happen, but this way you're getting that thoracic spine, getting that rotation that we lose, being able to turn top half of our body around to look behind us and bring it back. Shake that out. Hands behind the back, palms up. Deep breath in through the nose, fill up the lungs, push the stomach out, and then exhale, bring the arms up overhead. Palms up, shoulder blades back, everything's pointed forward. You still have your alignment. You can right straight out in front of you. Deep breath in and exhale, bringing the arms down in front. Shoulder blades back and down. You want to feel the stretch all the way through the shoulder blades. Chin to chest, roll the shoulders out just a little bit more. Again, focusing on the upper half of the back and in. And this is a great one, right straight down. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. Stretching out the fingers, the wrists. Don't lock out your knees. I found my knees locked out there. Don't do that. And shake that out. Two times. Fill the lungs up with air. Bring it up overhead. Much air as you can get in there. Push the stomach out. Force it all out. All the air out of the lungs so that you can get fresh air in, up over the top. In through the nose, stomach out, bringing the arms down. Roll the shoulders as you come down, rolling back, rolling forward, rolling back, down at the bottom. Shake it out. We are done. Thank you guys. I appreciate it as always. You guys are wonderful.